Welcome back to Sunrise. Well, we turn our attention now to, well, if you say it's politics, but it's part of what they promised that they were going to do, give us 40,000 megawatts in 8 years. Professor David Aderibigbe joins us now. He's a professor of mechanical engineering, University of Lagos. He's also consulted for the federal government several times on power, actually. Thank you for coming on this morning, Prof.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Well, there's been many suggestions out there about what we need to do, what the government needs to do to ensure that they meet up with this target of theirs. We also do know that in time past, governments have promised to give certain targets or to deliver certain targets at different times, but here we are still grappling with what, between 1,500 and 2,000 megawatts for a population of over 160 million people. This target of the APC, wherein they say they will give the country 5,000 megawatts every year. How do you see this working out?
Well, I don't know how they came about the 5,000 megawatts, but let us look at the facts. First of all, for you to be able to generate 5,000 megawatts every year, it means you must have at least $5 billion. And I'm sure we are not in a position to carve that out. And when you invest $5 million in a particular year, it takes you at least 3 years.
5 million or billion?
Billion. Because a rough estimate is that a megawatt will cost you $1 million.
Using what system?
Any combination of system, it could be much more if you are doing hydropower plants. But for the typical gas thermal power plant, maybe $1 million per megawatt is a reasonable assumption. So what that means is that whoever is promising 5,000 megawatts should be able to have access to $5 billion. And I'm saying that even if you have access to it, the result will not come out until at least 3 years' time. So I don't see how that is feasible. Having said that, one can look at what is feasible. And the way to look at that would be to look at what we are going through right now. An average Nigerian wants reliable, affordable electricity supply. As of Saturday, we have available capacity of about 7,000 megawatts in the country from the records. Out of that...
That's this Saturday?
This Saturday, Saturday 6th of June.
7,000 megawatts?
Yes, at least available. Out of the 7,000, we were only able to put on the grid, that is the energy sent out, the equivalent of 42%, which was less than 3,000 megawatts. The balance of the 58%, we were not able to put them on the network because of a number of reasons. Part of this is what they will call gas constraints, which is a major issue. 33% of what was not put on was attributed to gas issues. But when you talk of gas issues, it goes beyond vandalization. There is also the issue of the quality of the gas. I discovered that some of the power plants, the gas they are being supplied have large volume of condensate. And there's no way they could handle it at the level of the plant. So what that means is that many a times their plant is flooded with condensate, and they will not be able to put it in their turbine, to use it in their turbine. Otherwise, the turbine will spoil. The other aspect is that the NIPP power plants that was initiated by President Obasanjo, which President Jonathan tried to continue, most of the provisions of the NIPP, like the 15 gas pipelines project, they have not been implemented. So a number of the NIPP that are available that will have contributed significantly to power they are underutilized because they are idling.
Why?
Because they have no gas supply.
How true is this story of vandals making it impossible for these stations to have gas? Is that the problem?
No. Well, the issue of vandalization, I believe, is within our control, and I think government can have a grip at that. But it's not true that they are preventing you from having gas. If there is no gas line, like Olorunshogo, there is supposed to be a 22-kilometer connection to the West African gas line. Omotosho about, I think, 1.5 kilometers. Ihobo and all those other NIPP projects. And they have a significant amount of power that they can generate.
Yeah, but Prof, is it that where those NIPPs are sited are the best places to site them? Because now that we're complaining of them accessing gas, that's a challenge.
No, they are the best in the sense that the people who conceive them, they have allowed for, in the NIPP number of projects that constituted about $4.1 billion, 15 gas pipeline projects. So if they are not aware that there is need for gas, there will be no provision for that. You understand? So the issue is continuity. Is it, I mean, the government, the Buhari government has to continue, otherwise spending $5 billion will be a waste. You may not be able to evacuate. There is need for expansion of the network, the grid network also. So, but the issue of gas is a major issue because 33% of what is being generated cannot be put on the network because of gas issue, which are basically three. The other aspect of gas has to do with the tariff. The capacity of the GENCOs to continue to pay for gas, in spite of the fact that the quality is not good, is limited. And I understand that they are going to increase the tariff. Why, I don't know. Because the NNPC has what you call the export parity pricing model. And we all know that the price of oil and gas have plunged. So I will imagine that the cost of gas, the export cost, also has deepened. So, but why will you want to increase the price? I don't know. I'm not an expert on gas, but it's a simple logic.
And if we bring that simple logic into the policy statement of the APC government, it would mean that what they did say that they would do can't be possible. If you say we need about $5 billion, not naira, yearly, to see that we get a tremendous amount, which is about 5,000 megawatts in a year. Didn't they look through all of this before, well, if we were to go with your submission?
I think we should leave politics aside. I will count that number as part of campaign, promises that may not be realized. But we can look at what is realizable. You understand? And I think within the next 3 to 4 years, you may be able to realize about 3,000 megawatts additional